So, you've been hitting the gym hard, right? You've got the broad shoulders, the thick arms, the veins popping everywhere. But then you look in the mirror and you realize your jawline is still softer than a pillow. Look, it can be incredibly frustrating. When it comes to aesthetics, so many of us train absolutely every single muscle on our body, but we completely neglect the one thing that is literally on our face 24/7. Your jawline is hands down one of the most powerful aesthetic weapons you can have. And today, we are going to fix it. Welcome to This Explainer. I am so pumped to be guiding you through this today because we're going to break down the exact science and the daily habits you need to totally transform your facial structure based on some truly fascinating insights. All right, let's just dive right into the roadmap for today. We'll be hitting 5 key areas. 1. Genetics versus jaw muscles. 2. Ditching the chewing gadgets. 3. Mastering proper tongue posture. 4. Revealing with fat loss. And 5. Posture, breathing, and neck. Okay, kicking things off with section 1, genetics versus jaw muscles. To really understand our aesthetic baseline here, think about cultural icons for a second. Think about guys like Superman or Thor. They all have these incredibly sharp, defined jawlines that we culturally associate with just absolute strength and masculinity. But we really need to understand the anatomical frame we're actually working with. On one side, we've got the bone structure of your jaw. Let's be real, that part is 100% genetics. It is completely unchangeable. Just like your height, you know? You're not going to wake up taller tomorrow no matter how hard you stretch, and no exercise is going to magically grow your jawbone. You just can't rewrite your DNA. But here is the incredibly good news. Your jawline isn't just bone. It's largely shaped by the muscles surrounding it, the ones connecting the mouth, the neck, and the cheeks. And where there's muscle, there is the potential for hypertrophy. These muscles are totally trainable, which means you can actually level up and sharpen the jaw you already have.
Moving right along to section 2, ditch the chewing gadgets.
We absolutely need to debunk some wild internet trends right now, because I am sure you've seen those little rubber balls popping up everywhere online. People are out there chewing on them like they're aggressively preparing for the Jaw Olympics. What they're trying to do is target the masseter. Now, the masseter is basically your main jaw muscle responsible for chewing. When you bulk it up, it undeniably makes your jawline look thicker. And sure, you go online and some of these before and after transformations look absolutely amazing. But for a whole lot of other people, targeting the masseter indiscriminately just creates a look like a hamster storing peanuts in his cheeks. It puffs the face outward instead of actually chiseling it. But listen, the aesthetic risk, that's not even the worst part. There is a terrifying cascade of risks associated with those chewing gadgets that nobody ever likes to mention on social media. Chewing like a maniac can entirely wreck your front teeth. You gotta remember, your front teeth are cutters, they are not crushers. They are absolutely not designed to handle that kind of intense, repetitive pressure. So what's the result? You're looking at severe enamel damage, gum recession, and eventually teeth that literally start loosening and falling out. So yeah, you might get a massive jaw, but you'll have absolutely no teeth to smile with. And beyond the mouth, overworking this joint can trigger debilitating headaches, migraines, and chronic jaw joint pain that sticks around way after you've thrown that little gadget in the trash. The crucial point to take away here is this: no jawline is worth being doomed to a soup-only lifestyle. Seriously, please, if you are doing any jaw exercises and your jaw clicks or it hurts when you open and close it, you must stop immediately. That is a glaring sign of joint dysfunction. If you absolutely feel you must chew something to train the masseter, just stick to light mastic gum. Use it exclusively on your back molars, never ever your front teeth, and limit it to a strict maximum of 5 to 10 minutes a day, chewing evenly on both sides so you don't develop some weird asymmetrical face. The exact second you feel anything suspicious, just stop. Which brings us to section 3, mastering proper tongue posture. What's really amazing is that simple, everyday habits can dramatically upgrade your face, even if you feel like genetics just handed you the soft potato face starter pack. You've probably heard this term floating around online, mewing. It's named after the orthodontist who popularized it, Dr. Mew, and honestly, it is simply the practice of pressing your entire tongue against the roof of your mouth. Now, I want to clarify this immediately. This isn't witchcraft. It is not some instant Greek statue cheat code that just downloads a new jawline into your body overnight. What it actually does is stop a terrible habit. Most people just let their tongue take a nap at the bottom of their mouth all day, which physically causes the whole lower jaw to sink down and creates this soft double chin vibe. Mewing is just a foundational habit to reverse that sinking. So here are the exact physical mechanics. Step 1, press your entire tongue, and I mean the whole thing, not just the tip, glued flat against the roof of your mouth. Step 2, keep your lips naturally closed. And step 3, which is incredibly important, so don't miss this. Keep your teeth unclenched and your jaw completely relaxed. Absolutely no grinding. The source recommends doing this for just 5 to 10 minutes a day, ideally broken down into short 1 or 2 minute sessions. Over time, this literally lifts the jaw, it tightens the lower face, and it trains your facial structure to sit up and forward instead of collapsing backward into your neck. But hey, what if you are doing everything right? What if you actually already have the bone structure and you already have the jaw muscles developed? Why can't you see them? This is a dramatic shift in the narrative here, because for a huge percentage of the population, the muscle is actually there. It's just currently hitting. That leads right into section 4, reveal with fat loss. Look, before anyone goes out and starts chewing on concrete or buying weird gadgets, they need to take a long, hard look inside their fridge. Because guys, marshmallow cheeks are gonna hide your masseter every single time. You could literally have all the jaw muscles in the world, the absolute greatest genetics on the planet, but if they are covered by a layer of soft fat, absolutely nothing is going to show. If your body fat is sitting around 20%, your masseter isn't the issue at all. To drop fat, you require a calorie deficit. That simply means your calories out must be higher than your calories in. When you do that, your body drops fat everywhere. Not just your belly, not just your love handles, but your face too. The entire face leans out automatically, and that jawline naturally tightens right up. So you're probably wondering, what's the magic number? Well, 15% body fat is a really great benchmark. At 15%, some lucky guys will start seeing sharp cheekbones and a nice chiseled jaw. However, the source points out that genetics absolutely play favorites here. Your body decides where it burns fat first. Some people's bodies simply love storing fat in the face, meaning they might actually need to drop even lower than 15% to truly reveal their jawline.
Finally, we have section 5, posture, breathing, and neck.
Now that we've covered the muscles and the fat, we really need to focus on how your daily physical mechanics and your body's support systems are actively building or actively sabotaging your facial structure right this very second. Hanging your head forward, staring at your phone 24/7, walking around with a tucked chin. You have got to stop walking around like a turtle. You can do all the tongue exercises in the world, but if your head is constantly hanging forward in bad posture, your jawline instantly disappears. Forward head posture literally folds your face into your body. It just melts the jawline away, giving you this soft, melting look, even if your body fat percentage is actually quite low. So keep your chest up, keep your neck tall, and make sure your head is stacked properly right over your spine. And then there's how you breathe. Honestly, this comparison is kind of mind-blowing. Nose breathing actively tightens the lower face and stops the jawline from drowning behind your cheeks. Contrast that with mouth breathing. If you are walking around with your mouth hanging open, waiting for flies to land, you are triggering what the source perfectly calls instant baby face mode. Mouth breathing relaxes everything outward. Your cheeks get loose, your jaw drops, and over time, it literally reshapes your face in the absolute wrong direction. Just close your lips and breathe through your nose. And we can't forget what I like to call the wet spaghetti noodle neck. Your jaw doesn't just magically float in space, right? It is held, shaped, and entirely supported by the muscles in your neck. If you have the neck strength of a wet spaghetti noodle, you simply cannot expect a Chad-level razor-sharp jawline. You just can't skip this half of the equation. The good news, though, is that the neck responds incredibly fast to training, so building up that supportive base can actually yield surprisingly quick visual improvements for your jaw. So I want to leave you with this provocative question to chew on. Are your daily habits building your jawline, or are they burying it? Before you get mad at your DNA or blame your genetics, take ownership of the things you can actually control. Stop with the midnight chips, fix your calorie deficit, close your mouth, and breathe through your nose. And please, fix that turtle posture today. The blueprint is right there for the taking. Thanks so much for joining me on this exploration.